It finally happened, and it's official. Bungie pulled the plug. Destiny 2 got killed, so Marathon can die in a ditch or something at this point, because everyone knows Marathon will never be successful. And honestly, the only thing surprising me is the fact that people did not think that this is going to happen. People actually expected that Bungie is gonna keep Destiny 2 around. And yes, some people are already angrily writing in the comments, Destiny 2 is not dead, the servers are still up. Do you really think after a month, 2, 3, maybe 4, Bungie is not gonna declare that the Destiny servers are gonna be officially shutting down after X days? You really think that that's not gonna happen? In any case, it's pretty sad because Destiny 2, for all its faults, was a uniquely strong IP. And I think Destiny, I have said this multiple times before, and I still think it. The Destiny has been the most mishandled IP ever. And I'm being serious. Well, at least one of the most mishandled IPs ever. And here is the official statement from Destiny 2's Twitter account, aka by Bungie. Read full blog at noonecares.something. For almost 12 years, we have had the joy and honor to explore the Destiny universe with you all. Explore and then sunset so people can play the things that they paid for. That would be more correct, honestly, but whatever. Throughout all of the ups and downs, that's for sure, surprises and triumphs, building Destiny alongside our players has been a monumental privilege. Of course, they're gonna put in the word privilege here. While our love for Destiny 2 has not changed, press X to doubt, it has become clear that after the final shape, we have reached the time for our shared worlds and Destiny to live beyond Destiny 2. As our focus turns towards new beginnings for Bungie, called Marathon, I'm sure everyone's happy about that, because let's be real, people are suspecting that Marathon is the reason why Destiny 2 is closing down, and it's true. Like, what else is it gonna be? Everyone should know that that's already true. We will begin working incubating our next games. To that end, on June 8th, 2026, we will release the final live service content update for Destiny 2 to begin that new journey as a studio. Throughout active development, development may be concluding, we will ensure that Destiny 2 remains playable. Yes, the same way that they dealt with the cheaters. Wait, it's funny that Marathon is supposed to be the game that Bungie is going to be hard on cheaters when they never fixed the cheating issue in Destiny 2, and now I'm assuming for the last people that are still playing Destiny, the cheating issue is going to just explode 100-fold, because let's be real, they're not going to ban cheaters at this point. There's no point in banning cheaters at this point. And in Marathon, cheaters are also not getting banned, which should honestly be a bigger discussion, because cheaters are a huge problem for Marathon. Needless to say, Bungie is incapable of dealing with them. Just as the original Destiny is today, many changes in its in this final update will aim to ensure Destiny 2 is a welcoming place for players to return to. My God, welcoming place. I have so many choice words that I'm gonna say. We're proud of Destiny 2, the places it took us and the legacy it has created. Yep, I'm definitely sure they are hashtag proud. In any case, because of all of you, the universe is vast, built on years built on years of shared stories, adventures, and victories. From the Cosmodrome to the pale heart of the lawless frontier, we have forged lifelong memories and friendships with you all. Blah blah blah. People are pretty, man. Asmongold even chimed in. Destiny 2 has been killed so Marathon can walk. Asmongold, friend of the channel. We talk every day, by the way, if you did not know. It's common. He calls me and he says, Dad, and I say, you should call me Daddy, but that's fine. What is it? And he stole this from me. I started the video with this. I told him about this. Not a lot of respect here, just kind of posting it, but whatever. We're forgiving people here. Asmongold, friend of the channel, obviously, great guy, love him. And people are absolutely fucking clowning on this, needless to say. Do you think Bungie has any support? Tanks, LB, GTQ, Alphabet, Vogue, far left bullshit. It's only fucking reason this game is shutting down, which is true. Which is absolutely true. I mean, we're talking about the grand finale of Destiny 2 being the final shape, and it's a guy with a uni fucking brow because Bungie decided to be inclusive, okay? We're literally talking about a game that has been killed by wokeness. Destiny 2 is a primary example of what happens with wokeness. And this is just, by the way, this is just a random post. It's not even a full contextualization of what's happening here. The absolute insane amount of girl bossing, turning every canonical character that people cared about into, a non-straight version of something, writing that even would make a millennial cringe. I mean, it's bad. It's bad. And the reality is, Destiny held out for fucking years. I am not joking when I say Destiny is one of the strongest IPs to probably ever exist. It's the most resilient thing ever. Because you need to understand, if you don't know the story of Destiny and what Bungie has done with it, it can... I don't even know how to summarize it properly. It has been negligence, mishandling. It's a travesty what they have done. They literally have sunset all the good pieces of content people wanted to play. And their excuse is it's too hard to code or some shit like that, by the way. World of Warcraft can do it for some reason, and Blizzard's full of talentless idiots. And Bungie couldn't? That's disgraceful. They literally sunset content that people wanted to play and then didn't even say sorry. One day you could have people who play this game constantly just woke up one day and now their favorite piece of content, item, or whatever is gone from the game because Bungie just decided it was taking too much space. The greatest thing Bungie ever achieved, honestly, was just make people believe that it was Activision's fault that Destiny was shit. The new player experience in Destiny 2, I don't know about Destiny 1, but in Destiny 2 is easily the worst new player experience of any game of all time. The new player experience in Destiny 2 literally made... the game literally was begging you to delete it. It had bugs, it could softlock you in multiple places, some objectives were literally just not described, and a lot of people needed to look up guides to finish the Destiny tutorial. The tutorial! In the tutorial, you have multiple situations where you kill something and it drops a currency that you're not going to use for 20 more levels. It doesn't tell you how to progress, what to do. It's worse than World of Warcraft in that respect. Like, Destiny 2 literally was forcing new players to delete the game. In every single way possible, it was trying to get people to just delete the game. And yet it stood tall for such an actually incredible amount of time. And then there was the wokeness. You have a favorite character? Well, congratulations, here's a coin flip. Hopefully he's not gay tomorrow. Girl bossing, stupid decisions, nonsensical story, garbage. Literally, Destiny 2, by the way, died pretty much on Lightfall. This was considered vastly the end of Destiny 2, and Lightfall is, by the way, this right here, if you do not know. It was the most abysmal thing ever. And then this was the last expansion, The Edge of Fate. The Edge of Fate, or whatever it was called. And it was horrible. People didn't want to do this because they retconned the whole fucking universe, effectively pulling off a jailer. And the enemy was, well, World of Warcraft had Nipple Man, Destiny had Unibrow Man. It was abysmal. And the game lasted for such an extremely long amount of time, and now they're shutting it down and maybe starting early development on Destiny 3. Maybe. Because reality is they're probably not, because Destiny 3 at this point is like 10 years away from being finished. Minimum, probably. And now they're going to concentrate everything on Marathon. Marathon, a game that's going to probably go below 10k. And I'm pretty sure at this point it's actually Bungie just botting, because Marathon's numbers don't fucking make any sense in the last couple of 2 weeks. It's very nonsensical. Look at this graph. Look at this graph. We got the Sunday. We got the Sunday. Then we have, this is Monday actually. And it's almost below 10k. And then the big patch or something happens, and it's almost 12k. Then it drops to almost 10k again on a goddamn Wednesday, and then on a Thursday it's up. This has never happened to Marathon before. You don't get a high here and then a low here and then a high here again. Like this doesn't happen to any game pretty much. It doesn't make any fucking sense. But here we are, and it's happening, and it's like, why? Also, this graph, by the way, the reason why I think it's fake and botted is because this graph implies that the game is doing good. Yes, you can actually read that from a graph. I know, I'm a channel that literally looks at a graph that has one thing, and we have already figured out 50 things. Learn a lot here, unironically. And what doesn't make sense about this graph is the fact that this is supposed to be the big patch, right? Right here. This garbage, that garbage right there. And, okay, it comes out, then it drops, then it goes back up, and it's not going down, which is a little bit strange, but this has already kind of almost happened in the same way. But you need to understand, when you have an influx of players like this because there's a new patch, and they stay, which technically this graph is actually kind of showing that they are technically staying, means that the patch was a massive success. But for some reason, it's not getting people back into the game. It's just some people who return decide, hey, I'm going to stick around and play. That never happens. Either the patch is successful and people are talking about how good it is, which is not happening, obviously, or it's unsuccessful and people leave. But in this case, the graph is not. The graph kind of looks like it's successful. Okay, it looks like it's successful because it was supposed to drop below 10k, and now it's dropping next week maybe. It should have dropped already below 10k, by the way, 2 weeks ago at this point. It doesn't. It somehow just fucking hovers around 10k, and then when you think it's gonna go down, it somehow goes up a little bit, and then we start the dance all over again, and no game has fucking done that in the history of ever, because that's not naturally occurring. So maybe, I think Marathon is being botted or something at this point, because this graph is just fucking out of control. I had my suspicions previously, but at this point, I definitely think it's unnatural. Okay, this is just unnatural. Anyway, Destiny's dying. Marathon doesn't care. People are review bombing, obviously. Marathon a little bit. You can see it's here slightly. A 0.3% drop from the ratings, which doesn't honestly mean a single fucking thing, but it's happening. Because people are obviously blaming Marathon, and yeah, it's Marathon's fault. Destiny 2 is shutting down because of Marathon. Well, primarily it's shutting down because Bungie's a bunch of clueless idiots, but Marathon is also hugely to blame, obviously. In any case, 10 out of 10. Like the video right now. Takes less than a second. Have a nice day. Bye-bye.